Who? I asked. That's what I've been trying to tell you, Kendra. That's what's so perfect. Okay, then tell me. He's hugely rich, and he's really connected in all kinds of animal industries. He even owns hot pets. I finally knew who Rachel was ranting about. Dante DeFrancisco? Exactly! He's interested in being executive producer and chief moneybags behind Animal Auditions. He loves the idea, and if anyone could put money into the show to make it successful, he can. Like I said, it's perfect. Dante DeFrancisco was the Donald Trump of the pet industry. His chain of super-mega pet stores outshone all the competition. He had a reputation for backing animal rescue organizations, including groups that saved all sorts of wildlife. And he was interested in our little reality show idea? Wow! Except, in some ways, Rachel could be right. It sounded perfect, but in my experience, something sounding perfect always led to trouble. Anyway, he's on his way to the studio in Valencia. We're going to give him a demonstration. When? My eyes darted from the words in the center of my computer screen to the digital time readout at its bottom corner. In an hour. Could I complete this initial draft of the brief that quickly, using any semblance of legal professionalism? It would take about 45 minutes to drive there, and I had to ensure I'd get back in time to pet sit. See you later, I said to Rachel, hanging up and diving frantically back into my drafting. Okay, it wasn't the best brief I'd ever written, but I'd handed a hard copy to Borden for his preliminary review with caveats. That's legalese for covering one's butt with warning, and a promise I'd take his comments and combine them with my own careful cleanup first thing tomorrow morning. After all, it didn't have to be filed and served until later that day. So now I was in my ugly little rental car, chugging up the 5 freeway toward Valencia, where Showbiz Beast had its training facility. As always, there was plenty of traffic, so I had time to think. Which I did. Mostly about Showbiz Beasts. I'd already rallied some of my entertainment industry contacts to participate. Charlotte and Rachel, and another law client, Charlie Sherman, a retired animal trainer for Hennessy Studios. Along with the Hayhursts and my input, we'd put together a dynamite concept for a delightful reality show. People would enter their pets, and those chosen would work on training them in a specific scenario. Initially, we'd attempted to complete each concept in one show and choose a champion, but that soon seemed too rushed. Instead, as in many reality shows, the test would now continue for several weeks. Some contestants would be booted off after each episode for lack of skill or popularity. The last animal standing would take home a grand prize yet to be determined. Perhaps a role in some upcoming show on the network that aired our auditions. I finally got off the freeway, inching along behind a bunch of slow vehicles in the direction of the warehouse area housing my client. Soon, I turned into the driveway behind the long, low stucco structures. Building B was home to Showbiz Beasts. I parked and slipped inside. The entry area was, unsurprisingly, empty. The day's activities had begun. The place was a typical waiting room, a la Avette's office, with a beige tile floor, natural-hued walls, and pseudo-leather seats. But I wasn't about to sit there. Normally, people had to be buzzed in, but I happened to know where that button was. I slid the glass window into the receptionist's area ungently aside, then leaned over and groped till I found it. I pushed it and was rewarded by a loud click. The door to the inner sanctum slid open. I scurried down the hall till I reached the large room where the training and auditioning had occurred before. No knocking necessary. I just walked in. The place looked like a typical sound stage, or what I, with my lack of showbiz background, had come to assume one looked like. A large room with high ceilings that could be decorated to be nearly anything. Rows of portable lighting, a sort of musty smell. And in the middle was exactly what I'd anticipated. Lots of people milling around a set. Many sat on chairs at the edges, holding their dogs' leashes. Among the dogs were a Chihuahua, a German Shepherd, and 2 other dogs of sizes in between, neither of whose heritage I could exactly identify. One was furry with a pointed muzzle, and the other was short-haired with a blunter nose. Some participants from our first sample show were also in attendance, including the